decided to vlog a little bit again. I'm not going to commit myself to weekly vlogs, daily vlogs, lengthy vlogs. I'm just going to vlog, and when I feel like I have a couple of clips I will edit them together. There's a couple of reasons I want to do it. One is just to share with you guys what I'm up to, because I feel like Instagram and all that sort of thing, I find that a little harder. I think it's just the fact that you have to like make a piece of content and try and think of like a thing to do, and I don't like editing on my phone, I never have done. Much prefer editing things on my laptop, but it's not always easy to transfer files and stuff. Anyway, yeah, there's that side of it of just wanting to make some like passive content and get things running on my YouTube again, because I enjoy making videos, but it is hard to do creative ones still consistently. I'll go into the whys of that a little bit later, but there are reasons why I've struggled to get content out on a like consistent sort of schedule. The other reason is I want to hold myself a bit more accountable for doing things. I found it really hard recently to get going in the mornings. I'm not on meds at the moment. I'm dealing with the medication shortage for ADHD meds that's happening right now. It's not ideal. They've just kind of said to us it's out of stock and we don't know when it's going to be back, so you just have to deal with it pretty much. I rationed all of my last medications, so I halved all of my doses and put them in little bags and then put them into water and took them that way instead of in a capsule. It gave me enough sort of motivation in the morning to get up and get dressed, and that was about it. And then I would dip again in the afternoon and find it really hard to do things. So I struggled again with all that side of things. I've been using sugar, like eating sugar a lot more, because that gives me a bit of a dopamine hit. It's not a replacement for meds though, it is just, I suppose it just helps me to be a bit happier. I really want to work again. I want to be on a more consistent work situation. I want to be creative. I want to get the ideas out of my head and onto paper and made into things, but I can't. I could force myself to do it and push past what I now know is my limits, but I'm not going to do that to myself again, because that is how I end up burning out all the time. So yeah, I'm kind of pacing it and going with what my head is feeling at the time. And if I'm not in the headspace to be doing a certain type of work, whether that's like editing or designing or admin stuff, I've not been doing it. So this is me trying to somewhat get back onto some sort of consistency with work. I feel like though when I vlog, I tell you like what I'm up to, what I'm doing, and it kind of holds me accountable to finish those jobs. Obviously it's not going to like force me to finish the jobs if I'm really struggling with it, but it gives me kind of a bit of a buzz, a bit of excitement that I'm sharing it with you, like the process of it, and that I can show you the end result eventually. So yeah, that's always been something that I've enjoyed about vlogging, is like having you guys along with me as I'm doing things. So those are my little reasons really for picking up the camera again. I did end up buying in the sale on Amazon a very big SD card, so that was one of the reasons that I was just not able to do vlogging over Christmas and beforehand, is all my SD cards are full and all my hard drives are full. And one of my big jobs I need to do is go through all my files on my laptop and organise them and get rid of things I don't need. And that's overwhelming, so I haven't done it. So then I haven't vlogged because I've not had space to. So yeah, this was my, if I spend 20 quid on an SD card that's empty, then I have space to record whenever I need to. And I don't have the reason of, well, I don't have space, because I do. Yeah, so as I mentioned before, I haven't been posting consistently on my YouTube channel, and the reason for that is this room. I really struggle in this room at the moment. It's very cold. We're in the process of having our windows replaced. A lot of you may know that in 2022 I had my bedroom ceiling come down on top of me. Fun. But that meant that all of my bedroom moved into my office, and so then I couldn't use my office. And then eventually, once I'd redecorated my room and got a ceiling back in there, I moved everything back from there. And then in about February last year, 2023, the spare room ceiling came down. The end of last year, my ceiling in this room started to crack. We've now discovered that it's because the chimney was leaking very badly. So they're in the process of replacing the chimney on the house, which again, fun. But because this ceiling's cracked and because 2 other ceilings have already come down, I began packing up part of my office over there. I put it into boxes, I took things down. I was like, nah, I'm not cleaning the ceiling out of any more of my stuff. It's not happening. There's still like cracks in the ceiling and stuff, and it's not a nice atmosphere to be in, and it's cold a lot of the time because the windows are so drafty. They're not, I don't even, that's like being nice to them, they're not even, there's holes in them, like they're falling out the frames, it feels like. I'm not a fan of this room. There is a plan for the room situation, my living situation, but it is a bit of a process, and it's something that I don't want to share completely on here yet. I will be sharing it when I get to more along the line of going along with it. So over here is where there's all cracks in the ceiling. It's like, let me show you, there's the cracks. So they began really small in the corners and they've just got bigger over time, and this is how the ceiling came down in my bedroom and the spare room. They had the cracks there first. There's also kind of marks on the wall where it's come through. My whiteboard was ruined because it went into the back of the magnetic metal bit, and then the rust came through, and I don't even know what is happening here. But I don't have a whiteboard because this situation, and I need to take it off the wall, but then it's going to be an even bigger mess, and I just, yeah. So this corner of my room is just kind of the empty shelves and where I put my light, and it's just not, it's not ideal. The rest of the place is somewhat organised. I keep all the shop stuff over here where it's warmest and it's not going to have any ceiling fall on it. But yeah, there's just a lot that needs doing in here, and I try to block it out. I try to not think like that, but my brain doesn't work like that. My surroundings and what's going on around me massively affects my ability to do things. But yeah, there are plans for sorting all of that out. It's just, they're just going to take a little while, so I think the only other thing I've really got going on at the moment is the Reactane stuff. My skin's a lot less angry, like there's a lot less anger under the skin, it feels like. Everything is drier, my lips are horrendous. I've just been playing around with lip balm the entire video, but yeah, my bottom lip especially is absolutely messed up. My top lip's not so bad. That's no different to usual really. I'm still getting spots and I try not to put too much face makeup on. It does get to me still. There's days where I'm like, I'm chill with it. Like today I'm not too bad about it. They're there, it's my face. They don't feel angry, so it doesn't feel quite so bad or obvious, I suppose. I'm happy with the progress of my face. I'm just hoping it gets even better because the side effects are not fun. They're really not enjoyable. I've not enjoyed being on this medication at all. Yeah, that's probably where I'm at. I'm trying to get the last 3 advent calendars packed up. And I'm going to put them in a box for next year because there are a few left over. I know next year I want to do a new one, but if I have these obviously then I can list them. So I have my big old box of mini envelopes, which I managed to pack all of these recently. I think there was about 30-40 calendars left over, which was less than I was expecting, honestly. I thought there'd be more left over. But a lot of people grabbed one, which was really cool. I just need to pack all these little mini envelopes into the little mini bags, and then the mini bags into the pack with the card, and yeah. I've also put on my list today to do some more journaling because I don't know where I put it. It'll be somewhere in here. Oh, it's over there. It's over on my mantelpiece. I found it, it's fine. I put together all of my journaling stuff, all the things that I've been using for journaling, in a little box on my mantelpiece. Now I know where it is. I can't remember what I was going to say about that. Basically I'm going to journal a bit more. I want to get some journaling done. I want to share with you some of the journaling pages. I want to try and get some of 2023 in the journal that I got from Amy Tangerine because it's beautiful and I love it, and I just want to get some photos in there and get some things like written up and little memories and stuff. So yeah, that's what I've given myself for today. Yesterday was a really hard one. Struggled yesterday. Felt very defeated and frustrated with my brain, so I kind of gave myself a day to not. And today I woke up, went on a dog walk, still struggled a little bit to get out on the dog walk. It was about 10 o'clock or something, and now I'm free to work until I don't want to work no more. Yeah, so I'll let you know how I get on. See where I'm at in a few hours. am tired. It's 4:15 and I am knackered. I began doing the journaling. I started that, I did a bit of journaling, and then my brain just started to switch off. I think it's one of the biggest things I realised that I ignored quite a bit before I was diagnosed is that dip in the afternoon I would push through. Even though I felt tired, physically, mentally, everything just felt tired, everything felt heavy. No matter how my morning had gone, I always had that dip. And I would just push through it, and then in the end I would feel even more knackered. So I now made a point of it to go and have a nap in the afternoon, because it's only like a half-hour nap or so, but it kind of feels like it switches my brain off and on, which is helpful. I don't go into like deep sleep so I feel groggy, it's just that, I don't know, hovering sort of sleep. Have some really wacky dreams with it, but yeah, it helps my head. So yeah, last year they did put me on an extra medication, so I was on one medication for ADHD, and then when it would dip they put me on another one to try and help me through the dip. But if I didn't catch that at the right time, which was quite often because it was really hard to tell exactly when I was starting to dip, it meant that I was still dipping in the afternoon. But if I was on like the just about to fall asleep thing, and then the medication that I'd taken just started kicking in, I was in this really, it made me feel so anxious, like overwhelmingly anxious, and I could I could probably hear it to be fair, but feel my heart like thumping in my chest because I was so just like on edge with it. So I've gone with having a nap over another medication. For me, it just, you know, I work from home, I can nap if I want to, so I do, yawning so much. Usually it's just like the timing and stuff, because it's 4:15 now. It's only half an hour or so that I'm asleep, but by the time I wake up and like I'm awake again, like not just awake but like up and awake, I will be thinking about dinner or trying to think about dinner, and I try to get that done as soon as possible because it can sometimes take me hours. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do now because I am clearly very knackered. I feel like it's just like overexposing me, I don't know why. I didn't vlog yesterday, had a break, not pressuring myself to do it, had a really bad day yesterday, my head was not in any state to be doing anything, pretty much. It was just a really bad day. I woke up feeling very unmotivated, very slow, very, not just slow in like a sleepy way, but in a, my brain was going so fast that it felt like everything was slow. Before I went to bed, I gave myself a list of things to do in the morning. Not a long list because I know that those overwhelm me. Set it all up on my watch and everything, so it was like on me, so I didn't need to think of where did I put the paper, da da da. Made sure I went to bed at an okay time. Just, I did everything that I could think of doing to try and help myself make yesterday go well, and it just didn't happen. I woke up and I felt really low. I felt really just like, everything just felt 10 times more difficult, and I just felt overwhelmed by everything I had to do, and the overwhelm can quickly turn into paralysis because my brain has all these things that I need to do that are coming into my head. Even though I wrote a list, it doesn't stop the other thoughts of the other things that I need to do popping into my head. So I'll be looking at my list thinking I need to do this, I'm going to do this, and then something else will pop up and I'll go, oh, maybe that's more of a priority, maybe I should have put that on the list. Start to overthink things, then I just get overwhelmed, and that easily turns into a spiral. So I was trying to avoid that pretty much yesterday. Didn't get up until 12, and even then I pretty much got dressed, had a Dairy Dunker for lunch, and that was it. Got stuck in my bedroom for a bit, just kind of lying there scrolling. I don't want to be scrolling through stuff, but if I'm just kind of laid there, then it's just me and my brain. There's no distraction, and there's more chance for me to spiral. So I scrolled, and then I felt bad for scrolling because I felt like I was wasting time, but then I couldn't actually go and do stuff. It's a whole thing. It's a whole brain thing. It's annoying, it's frustrating, but I got through it. I did manage to change my bed yesterday. That was my one thing I wanted to try and do, and it's mainly because I didn't want the Christmas duvet on there, it was annoying me. I just wanted fresh bedding. So I did that. I got that done, and then I got distracted by my shelves and started rearranging my entire like shelves that go around the top of my room, which I didn't need to do. It wasn't a priority, but I did them. So that was yesterday. I did give myself some chill time yesterday because that is something I'm working on pretty much, because usually when I haven't done stuff I then feel guilty, like I should have done stuff, so then I force myself to do stuff and end up even more tired and even more overwhelmed by the end of the week. So I didn't force myself to do stuff, but it does mean I'm behind today. It's 2 p.m. I have walked Bonnie today. I have got up, obviously, because I had to get up to walk Bonnie, but that's on my achievements list today. I got up out of bed, walked Bonnie, I came back, gave her a shower and got my lunch. I put on a bit of makeup and now it's 2 p.m. Even though it's 2 p.m. and we've got like an hour left of sunlight, I've still done more than I did yesterday. So I feel a bit more accomplished than I did yesterday. I also in general just feel better today, like the mood in general in my head just feels better. The main thing I wanted to do today was go through a load of things and get them listed on eBay, because I have a whole room of stuff that me and my mum have sorted through my things and her things, and I'm like, I can eBay those, just leave them in the box, and these boxes have become numerous boxes and now it's become a room. So our spare room is the eBay room of stuff that needs to be sold and sorted. So that is my job today, is to get some things listed on eBay. I also need money because I'm running out of money. My head is so up and down at the moment. It is really tedious. It's really, really tedious because it's hard to live in a house with other people and be so up and down because I'm affecting them as well. So my parents, I have to be like, FYI, having a bad head day today, please don't ask much of me because it's not going to happen. And then I feel a bit like a burden and I feel like I'm affecting their day in a negative light, and I try and stay out of their way, and it's not helpful for anyone. But being at a point where I'm actually able to explain that to them and at least brief them on it is better than it was 5 years ago. So one item, and I have photographed everything that I brought in pretty much from the boxes from the other room. But yeah, I've just listed one of them and I can feel my brain going. My eyes feel heavy, I feel like I need to go lie down, I feel like I need to have a nap. It's 10 to 3, it still frustrates me slightly that my brain does this, but it has always done this since I was at school as a kid. I'm just trying to get myself out of that mentality of pushing myself through it, because even though I can do that, and there are days where I have to do that, it's not good for me to do it every single day. So I do try and give myself some nap time in the afternoon. She has also got used to my nap times and she naps with me, which is adorable. So we have a little routine going. Yeah, I'm going to go and nap though, and I will pick up where I left off when I'm done. My phone also needs charging, which I've been using to list things because the photos are on there. I had a nap. Did the napping thing. I feel sleepy still, but I feel more like my brain can do things. Let me move that up. Wait, it's obviously got dark now as well, so that's the end of daylight. It is only, well, it's 4:45 now. I don't remember what time it was that I went to go lie down, but I know I've laid down longer than I usually do. Sometimes I can just nap for half an hour and then be back up and ready to go. But sometimes days like today, which I did have obviously a bit of an off day yesterday, so potentially that's why. I just, yeah, there's just that time period between like 2 and 5 p.m. where it's usually between 2 and 4 especially, but it's, I think in the winter months it just goes on a bit longer because I don't know, my brain just doesn't like afternoons, clearly. I did put my phone on charge so I can carry on listing things. I was going to do it from bed, but I have heaved myself out of bed because I think it's probably good that my brain is like, okay, get out of bed, let's try and do stuff. And I also need to weigh things, so yeah, I need a flat surface for that. I have my little table here in front of me, and I'm going to get the box and I'm going to weigh things and work out postage and list them on the eBays. Yeah. do find these sorts of things very tedious, but I know that once I put them on eBay, if they don't sell, I can just do the relist thingy and don't have to do all the typing up and photos thing and all of that sort of stuff again. It's just the whole trying to remember what to say about all of them and writing the descriptions, and yeah, just getting my brain into gear with it, because my brain's not in gear with it half the time, which is why it's taken so long to get them all listed. I'm really trying to save for next year because the plans that I've got, oh my god, it's this year. We're in 2024 now. Dang it. Hi, good morning. I am wearing the same clothes as yesterday. That will be a very common thing in my vlogs. I don't have many clothes at the moment. The bottom line of that is I've not been able to afford clothes. It's not been a luxury that I can just go out and buy, so I've just been wearing the same clothes pretty much all of the time. So I tend to have, oh, Bon Bon, is that you? Are you coming in? Hi, come here. Hello. You good? You had your food? And the battery's flashing. That's great. Cool. Yeah, I kind of just rotate between different hoodies, and I've just got grey joggers, which I have quite a few pairs of them. I also have some black ones. I do have jeans, but when I'm at home, they're just not comfy to be wearing all the time when I'm just sitting around doing stuff, because a lot of my work and anything I do in the day is sat. I don't want to be sat in jeans. Are you okay? You're like, looking at me. So yeah, basically if I am vlogging every day or some of the days in the week, the chances are I'm going to be wearing very similar clothes or the same clothes. So yeah, eventually. Yes? Can I help you? Do you want Strix? Davida? Can I have a kiss? Thanks. That was very polite. A very polite kiss. Yeah, I'm gonna be at some point getting new clothes. It's just not gonna be in the near future because I've got other things I need to be spending money on. And my clothes work. They do what they're meant to do, which is make me not be naked, so it's fine. Today I'm feeling a bit better mentally. Yesterday I had a good day, but I really dipped in the evening. I had a really bad evening. And then this morning wasn't great, still got up very late, but I'm feeling better now. I want to go into my office and just kind of sort things around there and get my desk back, because my desk is covered in things and I need to use it. But the whole process of doing that is kind of overwhelming me, because there's just so many odds and ends and bits and pieces in there that need sorting and organising. And I know I've only got mental capacity for like 2 or 3 of them things. There's probably like 20 things I need to do. So yeah, it's not going to be a fun one. But I'm going to try and do a bit of it at least and see where I get. Faced with this Roaccutane stuff is absolutely killing me. My lips are just doing my nuts. There's a crack on my lip here that is like, it's like cracked, but it's cracked past my lip, so it's onto the skin, and it's just so painful. Anything I eat irritates it. If I smile too big, it like cracks it, and it's just like it's not fun. It's not fun at all. So I'm having to remember to put Vaseline on almost constantly, and that's just tedious when you have dogs and you're like stroking dogs all the time. I probably should wash my hands before this, but I didn't, so possibly gonna get infected. Who knows? It just doesn't. It's just, I hate it. I hate having things on my lips constantly. It's just really sore and irritating. So that's fun. I'm very up and down at the moment, and I don't think it fully hit me that it's probably because I'm now off of my ADHD meds completely, but I'm also on the Roaccutane. One of the big side effects of Roaccutane is depression and anxiety, and it's even more likely to happen if you've experienced depression and anxiety beforehand. So it's me, hi, anxiety and depression. Yeah, so I think I'm very up and down. It's hard to hold on to the good feeling long enough to be able to do things, because my brain can, you know, ADHD, classic ADHD style, it'll think of one thing which will then lead on to another thing, and then I'll be like, shit, that's shit. And then I'm like on the edge of a bit of a spiral, and I'm having to manage that. I know I need to do a lot of stuff for work. There's so many things I want to do and get out there, and I'm aware that it's like almost halfway through January already. So yeah, I'm gonna get on with that and try to do some things, and we'll see how I do. I just know that my brain is going to go in a bit, because it's now 2 o'clock, which means any point my brain will switch off and I'll need to go have a nap. I'm gonna go see what I can do. managed to tidy my office somewhat. I've managed to find my desk again, which is the main goal with tidying. I decided to set up my lights and try and get these photographed, which are basically leftover washi stock. And they're from when I did Patreon and my old stationery shop. When I did a restock of designs I liked, I would always order a couple of other designs just to see what they were like and if I wanted to stock those as well. I also used it when I did Patreon to decorate packages and everything. So instead of just letting them sit there, I figured I'd just photograph them so I can get them on the website and just sell them because I'm not going to use them. I've kind of taken out the individual designs here. So these are all the unique designs that I have, and then those are the duplicates as well. I'm only going to be listing these for like £2 to £3 each, depending on the size of the washi. Through the photos. Usually I will tweak the photos a little bit before I upload them, but considering I only have like a couple of these washi tapes to sell, it's not like I have an infinite amount of washies and they're going to stay on the shop forever. These are just to, you know, move things along that I've had sat around for a little while. I'm not going to edit any of these, I'm just going to upload them straight. They're clear enough to see what the washi is. I don't think there's anything like I can't make them any clearer than I have. This is the washi you're getting. I don't think I need to put time into doing that, and I've tried to be a bit better at doing that with a lot of shop things where I'm very much a perfectionist, but I think I need to channel that perfectionism to when I'm designing things or when I'm doing something that is coming from a product making point of view rather than executing it on the website perfectly. Like, I doubt I'm not going to sell these just because the photos are a little different to my other photos on the website, and they're not going to be staying up long because once they've sold I'll obviously take the listings down. So yeah, I'm going to go through and get them all uploaded onto the website, and then hopefully I can post them at the end of today. My auntie called me for about an hour in the middle of me trying to do put the washi listings up. So I paused doing the washi tape, spoke to her, and then I had a nap because I was knackered after I'd spoken to her, and then I carried on listing the washi when I woke up, and I got it all done, all listed, and then I went and got my food, and now we are here. I feel really accomplished just getting those up. Let me stop beeping because I've had them sitting around for a while now. Like, I sorted them out months ago and I just didn't get around to photographing them and getting them off and stuff. It's done now, so I don't need to worry about it. They're up, they're available. If people want them, they're there. If they don't, then they don't. It's fine. They're still there for other people. I think for now I'm going to stop the vlog here. It's been an odd one vlogging, it's been a bit all over the place. It's going to take me a while, I think, to get back into the swing of it. Even though I'm back in the flow of work somewhat, I'm still finding it really, really hard to get things out as consistently as I did before, because obviously I was forcing myself to before and burning out a lot because I can't mentally do that. I'm just still finding my balance, I suppose, of what is healthy for me to do, but also trying to get things in some sort of schedule in my head as well, to be able to sit down and do work consistently each week, which I do want to do. It's a process. It's going to be a while, I think, until I'm back into some sort of routine properly. For now I'm doing what I can, and we're just trying to avoid burnout. I know that I haven't been the best at replying to YouTube comments, but I'm going to really try to reply to comments properly on this video. I think the last few videos that I've done have been, like, topics that I've spoken about in the videos have been a bit more brain, mental healthy, seriousness stuff, which is obviously fine. That's why I put it out there. Like, I wouldn't, if I wasn't comfortable with putting something out there, I wouldn't put it out there. But it's a lot sometimes to then go back and talk through with everyone about the different topics that people comment, which I don't mind people commenting them. And that's what it's there for, to, you know, give a bit of relatability and just, you know, see that other people are going through the same stuff. But for me personally, I do find it very hard to go through like lots of comments like that in one go. So for a lot of them I've read them, and I think I've read all of them, to be fair, and I'll, you know, give a little heart or whatever when I have read it. But yeah, in terms of like
replying and responding and stuff. I have to kind of break it down a bit. Yeah, I am going to try with this video to comment a bit more to people who do comment on it, because I have missed it. I've missed like the community side of doing this, really. Yeah, it's a big part of it, and I've been doing it for a long time, and to have a massive break like I've had, which I never thought in a million years I would be having like a year-long break from doing stuff. But you know, brain stuff does that to you. I'm gonna go now and probably get a shower and then just zone down for the evening. I hope you guys are all good and doing okay, and I will see you in my next video, whenever that may be, because I don't have a schedule. Bye!